To get Chrome Remote Desktop, the first thing you're going to need to do is on your teacher laptop, your PC, in Chrome, you're going to need to go to the apps. So once I get to the apps, then I need to visit the Chrome Web Store. And I'm going to search for something called Chrome Remote Desktop. And yes, you need to put the whole thing in because otherwise other remote desktops come up. I'm going to hit enter. And it will be this green one here that actually does say Chrome Remote Desktop. It'll say available for Android. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Add to Chrome. Add app. And then it will be added to my list of Chrome apps. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, because I have a lot of apps, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because I want to have it on my first page. So I drug it down to the bottom on the bottom left, tab there, and it moved it to my first page of apps. All right. So the next step is to get it set up. So I'm going to click on Chrome Remote Desktop, and it pops up open with a screen like this. And I need to set up a computer. So I'm going to hit Get Started. And then I need to hit Enable Remote Connections. The thing I need to do is set up a PIN. It wants at least 6 digits, not letters. It has to be digits. So think of something that's 6 or more. And so I'm going to put in a digit code. And then you can decide whether or not you want to help them improve. I'm going to ignore that one this time. I'm going to hit OK. It's going to ask if it can install it. I'm going to hit yes. And now it's been enabled. So I'm going to go ahead and open my launcher again. And I'm actually going to also pin Chrome Remote Desktop to my shelf. I like to do that because this is something I'm going to use regularly. Anytime I want to take control of my PC while it is projecting up onto a projector or a TV, I can instantly access this and take control of my device. So I'm going to go ahead and open Chrome Remote Desktop. And it's going to say access your own computer from anywhere. I'm going to hit Get Started, and it'll find my PC that I already set up. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. It's going to ask me for that PIN that I punched in earlier. So you got to remember your PIN, but you only have to remember it one time. It says don't ask for a PIN again when connecting to this device. So I'm going to go ahead and select that so I don't have to remember my PIN over and over and over. If you're concerned about security and accessing your device, you can go ahead and uncheck that and then always have to put in your PIN. It's just what your preference is. I'm going to go ahead and hit connect. And now I have taken control of my PC. I have 2 windows here, so it's popping up with 2 different things. Let me close out some stuff here. And what I can also do is I can go full screen with this. So that way I can see one screen at a time. So this was one screen on my PC. And if I take my cursor and I move over to the right, it'll show my screen to the right. Typically, you don't have 2 screens unless your desktop is extended. Just depends on what your preference is. If you are wanting to run any programs from your computer, like Active Inspire, you could run Active Inspire to write all over the screen. You could visit websites that allow you to draw, like, for example, allapp.com. And this whole time, my students would be able to see what I was doing directly from the PC plugged into the TV, but I'm controlling it all from my Chromebook. That's actually probably the hardest thing to get over, is that you are controlling a PC from your Chromebook. To give you a little more room, keep in mind you can drag this guy on down here, so that way you have a little more space onto your taskbar. And then, like I said, since I have a touch screen, I'm now able to write directly on the screen completely wirelessly, so that way my students can see exactly what I'm drawing. To close out of Chrome Remote Desktop, your buttons are a little bit different. They show up here instead. So keep in mind that it will close out of Chrome on your PC. So it doesn't necessarily close Chrome Remote Desktop. You actually have to hit the X here to close out of Remote Desktop. When I want to launch it again, I can click on it, and it will instantly come up with my computer. It won't ask for a PIN again. And I have instant control of my PC again, and I'm able to continue what I was doing before.